A very Sheryl Lee holiday show coming to London, Ohio, December 11th. And you are about to hear from the man who's putting this show together. Here we go, Facebook Live. Wow. We're live, Mike. Welcome to the show, the Blue Rose Mag Facebook and Red Room Podcast Facebook. We're live to like 2 or 3 people in the world right now. Congratulations.
So this is not Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
It's not that level of goodness. So I'm assuming that I can hear us from the other room, so I guess we are actually live. I just heard my voice come through there because Jen was checking. So,
You're good.
Good. So, Mike, tell us about your brilliant idea.
This was basically I love Sheryl Lee to death, and
we might have to fight over that. I love Sheryl Lee to death.
Well, we have fun doing shows together, and we've never done sort of a holiday thing, and so it's kind of a pretty cheery time. I have to give Michael Perez credit for loving Christmas so much. I think he may have even suggested this idea, but basically, I wanted to bring Sheryl to a theater. The State Theater in London, Ohio, is a really awesome, like 250-seater. Built in 1936 that opened on Christmas, and so it's kind of been around for a long time. Beautiful murals on the walls and everything, and I thought, if we could make this place feel like sort of a lodge for Christmas, like a Christmas lodge, and Twin Peaks fans can come and sort of escape the family craziness for a bit and just sort of like spend time with Sheryl Lee, and we can focus on Sheryl and her career more than just Twin Peaks. And so basically I wanted to bring her for a Q&A where we can discuss her career and, maybe look at clips from all her stuff and movies and things. And then, but show a screening of Firewalk with me because A Christmas Story's played out.
Well, a lot of people think Firewalk with Me is not a Christmas movie, which is ridiculous. And to those people who think that, I would like you to take a look at this scene right here.
Yeah. Leo, Bobby.
What are you doing calling me here?
I'm sorry. The football's empty. I'm looking for Santa Claus.
No way, you already owe me money. $5,000 to be exact.
Leo Johnson. Are you telling me there's no Santa Claus?
There we have it, folks.
It's really a tale of two friends, and one is a Santa Claus denier, and so, just trying to, find out what happens in the conclusion when you come to the show.
Exactly. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. It's A Wonderful Life, if you think about it.
Right. It's, if Ebenezer Scrooge listened to nothing.
And there's an angel. You get an angel, just like the angel getting its wing in It's a Wonderful Life.
That's right.
I did not do this on purpose.
Ooh,
but I drink out of this cup all of the time. It is the greatest cup. This is from your showing in Columbus.
Yeah, July 2019.
I mean, that was so much fun. First of all, where can people get tickets right now? They should be getting them.
Yes, so definitely get your tickets. We've sold quite a bit, and there's limited seating. So we're only opening up 225 seats for this entire show. So it's going to be a very intimate show. We purposely didn't want to make it in a very large theater because it's just it's kind of nice for us all to get together around Christmas and converse, sort of like we did in Columbus and how we all got to do down in Arkansas. And I love seeing everybody and the Twin Peaks fans, and so you can get tickets at it's a long address. Here we go, but it's the Channel Z store, which is kind of a brand that I started back when Night Owl was running. But WNTL Channel Z .square Site, S-I-T-E. If you go there, that's the Channel Z store, and the very first thing you'll see is the Sheryl Lee event. If you want to go directly to the Sheryl Lee event, it's the address I just told you, /product/Twin Peaks Holiday Show.
And so nobody would be able to find that. So what you
we
can
buried it
do
on the internet.
is go to Blue Rose Magazine Facebook page. I have the link up there, or the Blue Rose Mag 1 on Twitter. And I have the link up there as well. It'll take you right there, and we will put the link in the comments on this as well. If I was smart, I would know how to do that as we speak, but I got a lot of things going on here, so there's no way I can find that. But it'll be there, so you just click that link. Also
at the show for Christmas, or for the holidays, we'll have an artist named J.P. McQuaid made Twin Peaks Christmas cards for us, which when you check out, you can select, Christmas cards are $10, and you can select it as an add-on. And then Matt Harris, who made the poster, who made the design on the glass you're drinking from, he's making an actual event poster for this Sheryl Lee event that you can also select at checkout as a ticket add-on. And so basically there's only a limited amount of those Christmas cards that are going to be available at the show. So when you get your ticket, if you purchase a card, you pick it up the night of. It's a really beautiful card, really awesome artwork. You can actually see the artwork if you're on the ticket page and you click the next picture. There's like 2 pictures, and you can click on the second picture and you'll see what the Christmas card looks like. So that's exclusive. You can only get at this show.
And I will be at the show, and I will be selling FMP books. We'll have Laura's Ghost. We'll have The Women of Lynch. We'll have the new art issue of Twin Peaks. And we only have 100 of those left. So those are really limited, and you can get Sheryl to sign them. Sheryl actually is interviewed in that. And I will be taking pre-orders for my new book, Fire Walk With Me, Your Laura Disappeared, which people watching can see the cover right now. I'm going to have little cards to give away with the cover on them. And if you order the book at this event, it's going to be in color when you get it. If you order it at a bookstore or on Amazon, it's going to be in black and white. So you're going to want to pre-order this book because it has full-page pictures like my Moonlighting book, and there is a brand new Sheryl Lee interview about the 30th in this book, as well as Ron Garcia, who's the DP, Greg Feinberg, who's the producer, Mary Sweeney, who's the editor. I mean, this is the definitive Fire Walk With Me book that I'll be selling all year for the 30th. So...
Nice.
We've got some good stuff. You and I are keeping this movie alive.
We're trying. It's going to be a lot of fun because this is just such a neat... I don't know. There's something... So as a kid growing up, besides the original run when I watched it, when it came out on VHS and you had the Forest box set, along with the...
Oh, yeah.
That lined up. I would watch them every year during December, around Christmas. I don't know why, but I would always watch Twin Peaks around Christmas. So this is kind of... I've been fortunate enough to do a lot of things with the cast over the last couple of years and everything, the last few years, but never got to do anything Christmas related, which to me is ultimate Twin Peaks time. So I just kind of, what a fun, we've got a lot of fun decorations we're going to have. It's going to be, it's just going to be a fun time. And that's the thing is, none of us got to really have a 30th celebration. So this is nice to be able to get out again and for everyone to get together. And Sheryl's such a great person that she brings nothing but love and cheer, and that's what Christmas is all about and the holidays. And I just, getting through all this and not seeing each other, this will be a damn good chance to just kind of gather and see how everybody's been doing.
Well, and everyone is rightfully worried about COVID. What are our COVID precautions for the event?
So we're going to have everybody mask up for the event if you're not eating or drinking. So when you're watching Fire Walk With Me, I will tell you, this is not a plug for the theater. I mean, I do love the place, but their food is legit great. So they make all the food in-house, and it's really, really good. So when you order from the refreshment stand, obviously, you can remove your mask for eating and drinking. But Sheryl and I will have ours on, and when you come up to meet her, we want to take care of each other and make sure everybody's safe. And so around Cheryl, we're going to be wearing our masks, and around the whole event, you don't have to show proof of vaccination, but you do have to wear your mask. So.
Right, and I'm assuming most Twin Peaks people are going to be vaccinated. I know I am. I
Yeah,
got my booster.
I'm vaccinated. Cheryl's vaccinated, so we're all just the David Lynch crowd is a very peaceful, loving group of people. The one thing I have noticed, and so I feel like we're all okay anyway. But I just so the masks are fun. Get fun with it, like.
Right, a good holiday mask.
Yeah.
Cheryl would love to see that. As you said, Cheryl is all about love, and she gives it freely to the people who come up to the desk to meet her. So this is her request to wear a mask. So we're going to do this for Cheryl. You should be doing it for everyone, but if Laura Palmer asks you to put a mask on, you put a mask on.
Yeah. Yeah,
and happily so.
And also being able to, Cheryl will be selling autographs and pics and stuff like that. And I think, being in the giving time of year, this is a way that we could all give back to her as fans of the show. We'll be purchasing autographs. Everybody will be, and it'll be fun to just kind of, give her the same great holiday bonus that we all get to come to the show and spend, so it's kind of, we all, this is the time of year where we're giving is a good thing. So I just want to make sure we all show our appreciation for her taking the time to do this, especially this close to Christmas. And when she could be spending it with her family, she's going to be spending it with us. So we'll be able to get your autographs and pictures and all that.
Right. And I think that I was nervous about going to my first event. It happened to be, and you were there as well, the Mahoning drive-in event. That was my first time out. And if you've been locked up and you haven't gone to something and you're concerned about it, when you go, everyone was really respectful. I mean, everyone kept their distance, but you still could talk to everyone, and I think almost everyone I met was vaccinated. And I really forgot about the pandemic like 2 minutes in it. What was your experience going back for the first time?
The last time I worked, the last time Cheryl worked. So she and I did Winchester, Virginia at the Alamo Draft House, and we did 2 shows in a day. And it was that night we got back to the hotel and Cheryl checked her phone, and that's when we all got the alert that Italy had quarantined 6 million people. And so that was March 7th, 2020. March 7th, 2020. We did not work again, and I did not do a show again until the Mahoning and that night.
Oh, okay, so that was your first one out too.
First one out, and Dana and I were discussing, because I was with Dana all weekend, and Dana and I were discussing what to do. Like, even though we were outside, no one knew, because we all had been vaccinated before that Mahoning.
Right.
But Dana got Johnson & Johnson, and that was when Bill Maher and the Yankees and everybody got COVID, and they were vaccinated. And I remember, when Dana showed up, he was a bit freaked, as we all were, because we were like, oh my God, we're all vaccinated, but now vaccinated people are getting it, which at the time it wasn't as, we know we can get it now, but it just makes us, we're not going to be in the hospital dying of it. But I told Dana, I just remember we're all freaking out, and I made a couple phone calls and found out that Bill Maher and the Yankees and all the people that had caught COVID, they all got the Johnson & Johnson. So I said, Dana, listen, it's not a big deal. I said, they all got Johnson & Johnson, so we're good. And he's like, I got Johnson & Johnson.
And I got Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, and you got Johnson & Johnson. So it was almost this thing where we all started in a panic. And you're right. We got to the event. Dana and I had our masks on. But I swear by the second or third person in line, the sun was setting. The place was beautiful. And it was this moment of just like, and we never put them on. Because we were outdoors.
Right, that was an outdoor event, which certainly was different.
Yeah, it was an outdoor event. But these indoor events, I mean, I've been going to the movies since, throughout the pandemic. As soon as I got vaccinated, I'm like, I'm going to go out and go to movies. I missed it. But it started with just 5 or 6 people in the theater, and now I've gone to more packed events, and I just attended my first concert the other night, which was interesting because it was literally like old times. But it's just about, if we're all having this communal experience, which is what Twin Peaks is, which is so amazing that watching it as a kid and then growing up, and we all kind of found each other. And
Right.
so I think that having this communal experience, Lynch's fans, and Lynch being such a peaceful person too, we all just, I feel like when we're around each other, our job is to protect each other, and that is why I have no problem wearing a mask. And we can make it fun. We can make buy a Twin Peaks mask or a Christmas or holiday mask, and wear your Firewalk with Me ugly sweaters if you were able to get them from Showtime before they sold out. And let's just kind of, we're gonna do Coco. We're gonna do. They don't have a liquor license at the theater, but they have beer and wine. So they will be selling beer and wine. So no, Baileys and cocoa, but they will have cherry pie and black coffee. So
well, then that's all you need for a Twin Peaks event. That's exactly. For sure. You have traveled the country with Sheryl Lee at all these shows. If someone's listening, they don't really know what to expect. Walk someone through who has no idea what this evening's going to be.
So, I will say, because I'm this kind of person too, as a fan of David Lynch and a fan of Twin Peaks, some of you out there may be introverts, and I was for a while. Some of you may be nervous about meeting people, and they always say, never meet your idols, and that's a thing. I will tell you that with Sheryl, I do see people that are nervous, and she calms them immediately. Sheryl has such a presence that when you meet her, you sort of feel at peace, and she is as welcoming to you as you are hurt. Don't be afraid. The advice I would give is don't be afraid to come up and say hello to Sheryl. My experience with her is just this radiating of kindness, and it's really unlike a lot of people that I've worked with, and I've worked with celebrities now for about 20 years, and she just has a kindness to her, as does Ray Wise, and those two are just sort of, it's like an energy that you feel when you meet them, and you'll right away be comfortable. And I think that the big thing is getting to know Sheryl. She's sort of exactly how I expected her to be before meeting her. Like, she's got that smile and that kindness, and it really kind of motivates you, and it's just a really cool thing. I mean, this is going to be an experience. This show is going to be an experience we're all going to remember because it's so intimate, and it's so there's only 225 seats, so it's not really open to a lot of people. And so I think
right. And I think I've been lucky enough to go to maybe 7 of your shows. I'm not sure how many screenings we've done, but I feel like I've heard about 7 of the Q&As with Sheryl on these. Every single one is different. Would you not agree that it's always 100% different? Even when we did like 2 shows a day, like it's a unique experience every time.
Well, what's neat about it, and this is where the interaction comes in with the fans of Twin Peaks, is that every Q&A is going to be different because everybody asks different questions, and those questions then spawn stories. And you learn new things, and it gives the cast a chance to reminisce and think about things they haven't thought about in 30 years, or like things that may have happened that they've never talked about. And these shows are really guided by the fans, and that's what's so amazing is the hand comes up, and some people have asked questions that just kind of blew our minds, and that no one had ever asked before. And in Lynch's world, there are a lot of questions, and
maybe even some would say questions in a world of blue.
Questions in a world of blue, and sometimes you won't always get answers. So the one thing I will say is that Sheryl especially answers things, from her soul. I mean, she will explain, she will answer to the best of her ability and what she believes is still keeping with David Lynch's for what he's putting out there. So sometimes if you raise your hand and say, what did this mean? Or you ask something very specific, you're not always going to get, well, that means this, next question. You may get an interpretation or a guide that will kind of push you to figure it out a little bit, and it's no different than what David Lynch would say. Actually, it's more than what David Lynch would say if you ask certain questions. So asking Sheryl about her career and about times on set and that time period of her life, she opens up a lot about, but also if you ask too many questions about specific ways that, like, her interpretations, Lynch always likes his work to be art that you interpret your own feelings of. So know that when you ask questions, yes, we want you to be a part of the Q&A, but know that if you don't get a crystal clear answer, that's okay. Because for 30 years, we've loved this show because of this. So
sure, of course.
You don't want to pull the curtain open too much.
Yeah, and Sheryl does come alive when you ask her a good question. I mean, if someone asks, would you whisper to Cooper? I mean, she's not answering that question. Like, that is the mystery of all of season 3. But you'll get this young woman that asks this really intricate, deep question about being a female and being in the industry or something like that. And Sheryl is going to blow you away with her answers. I mean, that in itself, you're going to spend time with Laura Palmer on this planet, and you're going to really have an experience. That much we can guarantee without knowing one thing that's going to happen.
Yes, and and Sheryl has a way of answering your questions that almost makes you feel like you two are the only ones in the room at that moment. Scott knows what I mean, but it's...
Well, I always thought it was just... You mean other people have been coming to these events? I didn't even know that.
Actually, what Sheryl does is you'll raise your hand and you'll ask Sheryl a question. And then she just looks right at Scott Ryan and answers it.
That's right.
That's really what it's all about.
Well, and also I am her bodyguard. Let's not forget that I will be security there. So
Scott will be running security.
Yeah.
And he is not about to throw down during the holidays, so don't give him a reason to.
Right. Because I will protect Sheryl with every bit of this meager body. I mean, this is what
I've seen Sheryl save him before.
So, look, Twin Peaks fans, come to this beautiful theater, get a ticket. You're supporting Sheryl Lee. All these actors are struggling with things, with all this COVID. Be with fans, support art, have a moment in the theater. We know that there's some surprises. We got surprises. You don't want to find out about these surprises on the internet. You want to be in that room.
Yes. And one thing that you'll get exclusively this night that you won't get anywhere else is we will be doing a reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, read by Ms Cheryl Lee to the audience. And this is something that she hasn't done before, and it's something that... I mean, I don't want to go so far as to say Laura Palmer's reading it to you, but Sheryl is, and she's, hearing her, most of us would listen to her read the phone book. I'll say that much.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I didn't know if you, I mean, that's going to be a really great moment. You're going to want to be in the room. It's going to be a magical evening. You can go to the Blue Rose Magazine Facebook page and click on the link to get your tickets. Go to Twitter. If you're watching this on Instagram, I think there'll be links. I don't know. Don't they say I don't know what they say. I hate Instagram. So don't go to Instagram.
I will tell you this. Instagram is super huge right now. And everybody's advertising through Instagram and they're getting a ton of response. I will tell you that I do not know. I don't get it yet.
Well, that's because if you're a little business like you and me, you're not allowed to put a link in the bottom. You have to have 10,000 followers. So you already have to be rich to make money on Instagram. That's why I, for one, don't like it. Twitter is like the people's.
It's like streaming music. I mean,
right.
Once one of my songs was on a soap opera last year, and that crossed over 10,000 streams. All of a sudden, now I'm making more money per month off of that song per stream than I was starting out, which seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Well, no, it's very much the American way, you know. So, support this event.
What if you put up a picture on Instagram and all the picture is the address to get tickets?
Well, I mean, there is the picture. I mean, is it on that link? I don't even know.
Oh, I'm not looking at it right now. But I'm just saying, like, you know how they won't let you put a link?
Yeah, you can do it. I'll post it, but it's annoying to me. But by all means, if you need Christmas presents, the Blue Rose has magazines and books and all kinds of Twin Peaks things. You're going to be able to pick up, like he said, a poster at the event that no one... I mean, that's going to be extremely limited.
Yeah, it'll be that night only, and the Twin Peaks Christmas cards are really amazing. I wish I had one.
No, they got to show up. They will show up to get it. You buy your darn ticket. Yes. Let's sell this event out and show Sheryl how much we care about her. And I guess we'll find out if she talks to anyone besides me. I don't understand this idea, but we'll see.
And definitely pass it around to the people that would be interested, because it would just coming back to life out of not working all this time, sometimes things may have slipped our minds about, advertising through certain, I want to make sure the big thing about this is to make sure all the Twin Peaks fans know it's happening.
Right.
Because that's the big thing is just like, we don't want to do this and have 50 of us there. And then we're like, hey, remember all that fun we had at Christmas? And have everybody go, what?
Right.
So we want you there with us. And we're going to have, if you're on the boards and you're on the Twin Peaks fan forums, you're going to see some faces there that are familiar, and as it should be, we should all gather and experience this.
It's just so much fun. So people will come in, you watch the movie, then there'll be a Q&A, Sheryl will read, then and then we'll do autographs.
We're going to spend the rest of the night her signing autographs and taking pictures, and there is no deadline curfew thing on the night, but so we're just gonna, we're all gonna get home eventually, in time for Santa to leave our gifts. But other than that, we're, good. And it doesn't matter. This is not just Christmas. This is holidays. We're open. This is for everyone. So
of course, we're an inclusive group of people, and that's what makes Twin Peaks wonderful. Mike, thank you for all you've done for this film. I don't even know how long you and I have known each other, but we've talked privately many times about how this is a dream for both of us to know these people and bring what we love to people who don't have that ability.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, everyone. Go out and buy your ticket, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you soon.